Jemma, I think we need a theme song. I've been thinking, because like we're a few episodes in. What if it was just a really annoying sound?
Well, it's not a song.
It's not a song. It's just really annoying.
Like what?
Feedback error. Feedback error is brought to you by Sports Bras.
They'll support you.
You guys can't see her, but she's winking. She's winking a lot. She's winking too much. I'd like to see an acceptance speech that isn't thanking people who helped. It's like slamming people who didn't. I think that should be a thing.
I made this in spite of you speech.
All kinds of award shows, everyone should just be like, fuck this person who told me I couldn't do this. And this person who didn't get me this audition. That would be way more interesting.
I would love that speech.
I would never want to see anyone played off to the music when they've gone for too long. I want to hear their full list of grievances. I want to hear
everyone in their life that has done shit to them.
Yes.
Oh, publicly shame speech. Oh, that's a good speech. Oh, you know what? If I ever get, I don't know, what if we ever get awards for anything and we have to go up on stage and accept something and say some stuff, we've got to do the shame speech.
Yeah. And we could, like, it doesn't even have to be for awards. You could do this at weddings. A wedding toast that's not like, look how happy these people are together. You're like, hey, remember this dickhead?
Remember their fucking exes? How shitty they were in comparison to this lovely couple?
Let's get real with it. Like, hey, remember the time they broke up for a week because she cheated on him?
Deborah, you scoundrel, you scamp.
I would be way more interested in public speeches. That would be a great speech.
I mean, you break up a newly wedded couple.
We could just, you could do like a slideshow that's just a cutout of all the stupid statuses they've posted about their relationships.
Oh, I would, and then you just roast them.
A toast as a roast.
A roast. Oh, I would love a wedding roast.
Toast.
Roast toast.
Roast toast.
Wedding roast toast.
I'm into it.
Usually the best man does something like that.
Yeah.
But I like the concept
I think they could go harder.
I think everyone who gets up does it, is all in on it. Even the ones who are meant to be nice, like the grandmother gets up to do a speech, she roasts them as well. That would be, mwah. I love that. The spicy meatball.
I would enjoy that from a purely selfish standpoint. That, like, whenever I'm at a wedding, there's always part of me that's like, well, like, they're really happy. Something should happen to make me happy tonight.
I want to ruin their happiness.
I need it more. Like, I'm here by myself. I'm sitting with 6 old people because there's not enough single people for a singles table. The last wedding I went to, I had to sit at a table with 4 couples, like, from work and my parents. Because there wasn't a singles table. I was the only one. The only other single girl at this wedding was the flower girl. And I made a joke about it. I was like, it's going to be you and me for the bouquet toss. And she goes, actually, I've got a boyfriend. And walked the fuck away. I left the wedding before the bouquet toss because it would have just been the bride handing it to me.
No, it would have been even better if she didn't hand it to you. She still made you jump for it.
Yeah.
And you missed it.
And you know what? Try to have a good time and dance at a wedding where you're the only single person.
Oh, this makes me so sad.
It's really fun when you're like younger. Then you get older and there are less single people there. Or there'll be like one weird other single person and people like trying to like put you two together all night.
And they're like, they're really into it and you're like,
You gotta make small talk about like World of Warcraft or something.
Yeah, how does
by the end of the night after watching all these happy couples, you're like, you know what, like, gaming's not that bad.
No, you've been crushed. You've been broken. This is why marriage is the worst.
That's how you know when to leave a wedding. Like when the Warcraft guy starts to look okay, you gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta get out of there. Yeah, the raid's over, man. Get out. The XP ain't worth it. These are gamer jokes. Sure, right.
I'm really concerned at how many of those came straight out of your mouth. You had those backed up.
Would you believe me if I said I dated a gamer once?
I I would believe that. I would also believe maybe you are a gamer.
I don't so much anymore. I'm out of there. I quit that monkey. That monkey's off my back. The demon is done.
I dated a gamer one time. It was not great.
They ignore you.
Very hard to be attracted to a guy after you've seen him, like, shirtless, yelling at a 13-year-old through a headset.
There's something so unmanly about it.
That's
or
a
so
really
uninspiring.
hard mental image to shake.
I think when you are dating someone and they come home and they strip off all their clothes and you're like, it's on, and then they go and sit in their computer chair, that's disheartening. I can't tell you the
Bare-assed?
Bare-assed, cheek to leather. Like, and you know that cheap leather that if it gets hot and wet, it starts flaking off. So they end up with black bits on their butt? No. Ugh.
Ew.
Yeah. Giving a blowjob later and little bits of it are in your mouth. You're like, ah! This is not what I wanted.
I just went immediately from judging him to judging you.
Yeah, because I still did it. I still went there.
He didn't even shower, Gemma. That's a one step.
That was foreplay for me. Just sitting there watching him on the, like, he's got to get off there soon. He's got to get drinks.
That's how you get him away from the game. That's the only way.
I wish. I really wish I am not distracting enough to get a guy away from a game. That is so hard. Because they don't look at you. They're not looking at you. You can't swim them around the chair. They'll get mad. They're in the middle of something. They can't pause the game. It's an online game or some shit. They've got to log out. It's not worth it. Don't date gamers.
I don't know why we've let gamers publicly be gamers. I think that it should be treated like some kind of secret behavior. Like, women do all these things.
It should be shamed.
That men have no idea about. They have no idea what goes on when we're, like,
doing,
in the bathroom alone or something, or they're not here.
What are you doing in the bathroom alone? I'm confused. Are you doing something shameful? Are you playing video games? No. You know what would be shameful for a woman our age?
What?
You know those little, like, bedazzly sort of, like, stuff that the kids, they're 14 and they put it in their hair and it's, like, sparkly shit and it's braids and all this
And they've got the temporary dye, mascara stuff.
Yeah, just doing shit like that to ourselves. But then we have to wash it all out before we leave because no one can know that we're still playing with that stuff.
But, like, if you're dating a guy, he's, at least in the sort of early stages, he's probably never seeing you, like, cut your toenails.
No.
Or something. Or, like, I don't know, wax your eyebrows.
Well,
like, any of this stuff that we do that they might see and be like, well, not totally attractive. Why are guys allowed to just sit there naked in gamer chairs?
You're right.
They should be hiding that shit like it's shameful because it is.
At least release it, year 3?
Yeah.
When you both
when
realize
it's too late.
Yeah, when you're both in it. That's when I start, like...
We bought a couch together at that point, like... It's too much effort. You can't cut a couch in half.
Yeah, no, done.
We're in.
Yeah, you are seeing me cut my toenails because I don't have enough time between work and a shower.
That should be the thing. When we start cutting our toenails in front of
That's when you can game in front of us.
You're allowed to game. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no, that's a good rule. That's a good rule. I like that. We really need to, like, create a key. You know, like a little...
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, but, like, an appropriate... like timeline sort of like behavioral thing for when guys are allowed to start doing certain actions.
A very good idea. I think,
and it coincides with stuff that we do.
And guys are very task oriented, so I think they'd appreciate the help. Someone should do that. Someone should do that. Not us.
No, I don't have the time.
I don't know how to make a chart.
I'm busy. Cutting my toenails that day. It's weird you said that. My toenails are so... See how far down they're cut?
Yes. We're not going to take a picture of this for the pod.
I'm taking a picture now. This is very important for people to see my toenails. Any sort of sexual prowess I have developed over the course of my life is going now. I like the idea that anyone on the circuit who may have thought, oh, Jemma, she's pretty, but fuck her toes. Or... vice versa, they're like, oh, fuck her toes.
Hey. Yeah. I want to read that DM out loud.
The reason they're so short is because I was dancing and I got blood blisters on the bottom of, underneath the nail.
Oh.
So I've been waiting for it to grow out, so I get really impatient and keep cutting down.
Oh my God.
So they're like, you can't see the black anymore, which is good, but now all I need to go wait is for them to grow out and be normal sized. Otherwise people just think I'm really like nervous, but only with these toes, like I'm biting them down.
My toenails are freshly cut and painted, but I have to keep
beautiful.
My toes in decent shape because they're very small, so they kind of look weird anyway. And they're
I
also
didn't want to
tattooed.
say anything, but they are very little.
I have very little toes, and I have like a stupid tattoo across all of my toes.
What does it say? Maeve Rick. Who's that?
It's Maverick.
Oh!
But yeah, who are Maeve and Rick is one of the more asked questions when people see my feet for the first time. A lot of guys thinking I'm like dating a couple or something.
Yeah, I thought
who are apparently like in their 60s because who's called Maeve?
Well, the first thing I thought was he's a magician.
I
Whoever
wish.
it is. I don't know why. I was like, oh, that's a magician's name on your
I
toes.
want to date a magician so bad.
Casting call. Magicians. Young and old.
I'm
Come
about
on
to
in.
see so many shitty card tricks at open mics.
yeah, no, I'm ready for them. Oh, do you want me to screen them?
Yes.
And only the best tricks get through?
That'd be like a talent show. Yeah.
I like this.
We should do that. We should have, like, if one of us wants to date somebody, like, just not a specific person, just, like, anyone.
We screen them.
We're just lowly.
Yeah,
We have, like, a talent show that the other judges, and then they pass, like, the best contestants on. And then, like, I'll judge the final.
Oh, that's
kind of
good.
Thing, you know?
You know what this sounds like? You're lazy.
I
And you
am.
want me to go get guys for you.
I'm so lazy.
Specifically magicians.
Yeah.
You're like, Jemma, go out, find magicians. Bring me all the best magicians.
But
We'll call it a talent show. It will seem really cool.
I can tell that you're really into it, though.
I am a little bit. I'm mad at how I wish I thought of it. What's mine? I don't have a magician. No, I mean, like, you know how you have magicians?
Yes.
And you want, that's your thing, right?
I mean, I'm into magicians.
I haven't found my magician. Like,
You haven't found your thing.
yeah, although I have dated a fair amount of personal trainers, which is weird, because I hate personal trainers.
Yeah, same.
To tell me what to
I
do.
feel like that would be sleeping with the enemy.
Maybe that's what I like about it, is it's like a taboo. It's like, I hate personal trainers.
It's a bit of a fine line
fuck 'em.
between personal trainer and, like, dominatrix, I think.
Oh, yeah, like, it's a close sort of, like, proximity.
I know they're just gonna upset me, but I'll feel better at the end.
I know this is good for me. No, I'm going to get something out of this. I know it.
I might not actively enjoy it the whole way through, but at the end I'll be like, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah, I'm relieved. Relieved. I feel less guilty this week. It's nice. I think, this sounds bad to say, but I don't believe personal trainers are a proper profession. 'Cause
This sounds bad, but I don't consider them real people.
I don't think they should have rights. I think they should all live in the same tent in the middle of town. We should push them to the fringes of our society, and they shouldn't be able to procreate with each other.
I support all of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. No. It's more that I'm kind of like, I can do all the things that they're just, the point of them being there is just to tell you to do it. And I'm like, if you really wanted to get healthy, you'd do it yourself, mate. You'd do it yourself. And if you need someone else to tell you, well,
I need someone else to tell me.
why?
The only way I'm getting really fit is if, like, a
Someone
super hot
scares
guy
you?
lets me chase him around Noble or something.
Oh, that's a good, well, that's more not scare tactics, more like
There's
treat.
nothing I
That's a
want
treat.
more than, like, a really hot guy's approval.
Oh. Well,
So
that's
I think
where
personal trainers would really work for me.
they would really work
Yeah.
for you. I get resentful. I'm like, I'm not having sex with this. Why am I doing this? Like, he's just telling me to do sit-ups. This isn't sexy at all.
You've seen the porn and you're like, this isn't the ending that I was
I
expecting.
don't know. When does he rip my tights off? But
Yeah.
also I don't want him to, because these are, like, really expensive tights.
They're Lululemon.
You know what? I do have Lululemon. And that's the first thing I thought when I was watching I was watching a porno the other day, and he rips off her tights, and I cringed.
And you're like, oh, expensive.
I was like, oh, they're probably really expensive.
Is he going to replace those? Those are seasonal too. Like, sometimes you can't get the exact ones.
I was like, they're a really nice pattern, and they match the shirt that she was wearing. I was like, how is she going to get this? I hope she knows where she bought those and can go back and get another pair. I hate it when normal stuff rips you out of that reality, because up to that point, I was having a good time. I was like, sexy fantasy. Ooh. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh.
I can't stand watching porn if the bed isn't made. Like, if I...
That's a very weird... What?
If it's like... like, I don't need them having sex on top of 7 perfectly arranged pillows.
Okay.
But if the bed's, like, clearly someone's been in it and they've kind of half got the doona back, but then they've just decided to have sex on the bed, but it's all messed up.
Oh, you're a little bit like, oh, someone's been in that.
Yeah. I'm like, just have no sheets. Like, one nice bottom sheet, but, like, you don't need a doona or, like, a few pillows scattered around.
You're upset about the dress value of the set. Yeah, that's all you're just like, it's got to look nice where they are.
I get very upset about it. Or, like, if they're on a couch and it's, like, white, sometimes I get worried about it. Yeah, I actually do know what you mean. Anything that's in the immediate list, like, I get annoyed when I'm watching, like, something that's meant to be a lesbian, like, porno, and the lesbians have long nails. Yes.
I'm like, that's not comfortable. They're not lesbian. That's the first... That really brings me out of reality, because I'm like, they're not having sex with girls. I don't really... Like, the ones that, the telltale sign is the nails. The 2 nails being cut.
They got to be shorter.
They don't get those.
We're
two
not trying to impale anybody.
Yeah. Like, it really hurts. Because you look at them and you go, eee. You recoil. You're like, no.
I think I became, like, a little bisexual when I realized that girl-on-girl porn lasts, like, twice as long as hetero porn.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, because you're like, money for value. I became a lesbian out of just, I value my time.
I like foreplay that much.
Because I was thinking about the other day, there's not an actual, like, it is all kind of foreplay, unless there's a strap-on involved. Or toys involved.
Angry messages if any lesbians are listening.
Yeah, they're allowed to. They're allowed to be mad. I'm gonna let them. What, are they mad that it's all foreplay? Fix it. It shouldn't be. Come several times. I don't care.
I'll call my sister. I'll see what her thoughts are on this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just run it by her.
Actually, when I found out she was dating a girl, I had so many questions.
Yeah.
And, just about how it all worked. I wanted to know. I was curious.
When is safe sex when you put glove wrap over top of the vagina?
There are things. I heard about this the other day. They're gloves. They're like latex gloves that lesbians can use for safe sex. You can get them hardly anywhere.
Oh,
but that's a thing.
That should be more accessible, shouldn't it?
It should.
It really should. Yeah,
it definitely should.
I mean, I was talking to my doctor, and he said, "Look, lesbians get less STDs out of just the type of stuff that, like, because apparently the way that sexually transmitted disease is, like, a little bit hard. I don't know. He just said basically that group has less STDs, and I was like, okay, cool, but what if you still wanted to be safe? And he was like, nah. He had no answer for me.
That's
I was
awful.
Like, wow.
Yeah, there's what are they? There's like a layer of latex that you can, like, put over someone's vagina so that you're, like, being safe.
But so you can, it goes into everything.
If you don't have access to it, you can cut a condom in half.
Oh.
So it's like it covers a bigger area.
Oh, well, that's kind of clever.
Yeah.
I was just thinking glad wrap. Will glad wrap not work?
I don't think glad wrap will work.
No. It'd keep the vagina fresh.
It is. Save it for later.
That's my lunch. Oh, what's that? You were eating out last night, but this is takeout tonight, so you gotta wrap it up and keep it for the morning. Reheat it.
Yeah, I heard about all these things that exist, and I had no idea. They're just called gloves. Disposable gloves are a thin latex rubber covering for the hand that some people choose to use during manual sex.
Oh, so is it just like the surgical gloves?
Kind of, but it's like thinner, I guess.
Oh, I have seen these gloves.
They're longer than I expected. I thought it would finish at the wrist. It doesn't. This glove goes, like, to the elbow.
That's like a... What? Those are the same gloves that they put in cows to turn the calf's head.
I feel like a campfire story. I'm feeling a little bit cozy.
Ooh, I could do a campfire story. I'm feeling a little bit like I need to be in nature.
I bought a bug zapper with me, so...
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
But also, I hate you. I have to source that sound effect now. I mean, I don't...
What
because
else did I bring? I bought a wolf howling.
No! Oh, its mouth is taped shut. Oh, that's an interesting choice to bring that. A wolf howling, but it can't howl because its mouth's shut.
I'll try again next time.
The bug zapper doesn't have any power to it.
What?
What? You're like, luckily I bought this generator.
At least this mariachi band I bought with me is providing some ambience.
I can't do much with the mariachi band. Oh god, they're gonna have to be here for a little bit. I'm gonna dismiss them after a while. It's really awkward because that one guy keeps making eye contact with me.
Yeah, his mustache is creepy.
I like it. Is it bad that I'm into it?
We're into a mustache.
I don't mind a mustache. I don't mind stubble or a mustache or beard or anything like that.
Not that into mustache. I dated a guy with a mustache for a while. And like it looked fine. It was alright. It kind of, I don't know.
I had to
a bit like a dad.
Oh.
I had mustache in her mouth a lot though.
Oh,
which is, you don't want that.
Because you can't go and bite the upper lip then, I guess. Like, you know how you
can,
kiss
but you just gotta get hair.
Yeah, mouthful of hair.
Yeah.
Making out with mouthful of hair. Gross. I don't know if I'd like that. Okay, I'm starting to not like this guy with the mustache now.
Okay, he can go. Okay, that's right.
Everyone just pick up your stuff. Yep. Go. Thank you. No, we don't tip. Bye. Bye. Wow, I hope they make it out of the woods. Fine. I just took the tape off the wolf's mouth and set the wolf into the forest also. So yeah, they may die.
You don't let me bring anything.
Don't let me have anything.
All right, I'm settled in.
Settled.
Tell me a story.
Oh. Okay. It's not a spooky story.
Okay. All right.
Oh no, actually, let's make it a spooky story.
It's going to be a normal story, but at the end you're like, they all were dead the whole time.
And then they woke up. I'm going to say it in a spooky way. My sister and her fiancé.
Terrifying.
Woo, marriage.
Commitment.
Ah. They went to Darwin on a trip.
Terrifying.
This isn't a spooky story. This is just me saying it in weird ways. Okay, they went to Darwin on a trip.
Okay.
And my sister's fiance is a talent agent. He has this company, and he scouts different sportsmen.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So they went to Darwin to see this race, some sort of race car drivey racy thing, and they went there and. There was this guy who was a very young race car driver, very good at it, and decided to sponsor him. So what they ended up doing was, because Darwin is quite limited in the races that he can do there.
Darwin is quite limited in everything.
Yeah, to think about it, maybe he was limited in the sense that it's Darwin. If you're from Darwin and you're listening to this, move.
We're sorry, but we can't do anything about it.
How are you hearing this?
CV radio.
Yeah. And what happened was, so what they did was they said, okay, you got to relocate to the Gold Coast.
Okay.
For this next race coming up, but also permanently because it's just a little bit easier for a race car driver to establish themselves at the Gold Coast.
Did your brother-in-law do this just so he didn't have to pay for phone calls to Darwin?
That quite honestly could have been it.
Yeah.
The end of the story is just that I went there one day and I didn't know any of this, and Lisa just kind of said, we've got this race car driver living with us. And I went, hold on. Wait, what? And they're like, he's like a 20-year-old race car driver living at the house.
Just living in the house.
Yeah. just FYI, if you go inside and you see a guy in there,
it's a race car driver.
Race car driver.
Because why wouldn't it be?
Because we adopted him. That's what's happened. They've gotten to a point in their relationship, they didn't get a dog because they live in an apartment. They couldn't afford. They can't have a dog, so they
you can't
adopted
leave it alone during the day.
They adopted a race car driver.
They decided to get a race car driver instead.
You know what? What's good about a race car driver is when you go away, the neighbours know what to feed him because he's a person.
In my head, he's wearing the helmet the entire time. He doesn't have a face. He's just
no, he doesn't.
Sitting at their kitchen table in a full race outfit.
His bed is a race car bed.
That's where he practices.
Yeah, he's like, rum, rum, rum. I'm even fast asleep. I imagine him sitting at the table and eating just what are they called?
He definitely calls food fuel.
Yeah, it's fuel
he's like,
for my body.
I'm fueling myself.
Yeah, he's just eating cereal constantly. That's all I imagine. Because he calls,
Does he call them mum and dad?
Yes, I was just about to lead into that. He calls them mum and dad.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, so...
That was a joke.
No. It's like a joke that he's made because he feels like he's adopted. And he is. He's been adopted.
I mean, yeah, if you're living in a couple's house and you call them mum and dad and they're feeding you and they look after you.
Yeah, they pay for him. He doesn't pay for anything. That's their race car driver. You got to be responsible for your race car driver.
You and your family's just not quite complete, so you decide to bring a stranger who drives race cars into your home.
It should be a regular occurrence, and it's a classic relationship tier. You know,
first you get a dog.
You get a dog. You move in together. You get a dog. You're saving for your mortgage. You get a race car driver. Get engaged.
If you could survive adopting a race car driver, you're probably pretty compatible. That's the trick. All these divorces that are happening wouldn't have happened if
they
these
had adopted a race car driver. You know what it's teaching them? How to finish a race.
Did he come with a pit crew?
Yeah, they stay in the
other space. Is there another room?
When he gets ready in the morning,
he
walks into the other room and it goes zoom, 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 and then he comes out and he's all changed. And they're like, "Oh, you're awake." He's like, "I'm ready to rush off to my day. I'm number one."
What does he even do, day to day?
Well, he's clearly not. He can't be racing every day.
He can't be.
Unless, I don't know what race car drivers' regimes are.
Your sister has, adopted this full-grown man
into her house.
Race car driver who's not even leaving the house during the day very much.
Yeah. I think they hang out. They must hang out together.
They would have to.
Yeah. And he calls her mum.
What if your sister leaves her husband for a race car driver?
The adopted race car driver.
Imagine trying to explain that to someone.
You know what?
Imagine your brother-in-law trying to get sympathy. Man, she left me. I don't know what happened. I invited this hot, young, successful guy to come live with us. And they spent all this time together.
What happened?
I don't know where it went wrong.
It's so taboo. It should have its own category on Pornhub.
I think we can learn from this as women, though, if we get married one day, don't invite a swimsuit model to come live in the house.
I've sponsored a swimsuit model.
And leave them alone with your husband all day.
She's got to practice just being around in a swimsuit around the apartment, if that's okay. If you can, help her oil up in the morning. What? He's left me for the swimsuit model? I didn't see it coming. They just seem so platonic.
Well, let's do it. We'll pack up the campfire and then we'll go see if we can get this guy for an interview.
Alright, I'll give him a call. Do you want me to call him now?
Yeah.
I don't know why I offered that. I don't have his number.
I knew you didn't.
I was going to play along and be like, bring, race car driver, is that you? Yes, your name is race car driver. What a weird name. How did they know that you were going to be one when you were born as a baby?
That's the only way we'll refer to him as well.
Yeah.
So race car driver.
So race car driver. I have a name. Oh, he does have a name.
What?
Okay, so they call him, they get this, they call him T-Max.
This isn't sounding any less like a cartoon.
Yeah, no, I just realised
T-Max.
he sounds like the lead in like a kid's cartoon about race car
He
drivers.
does. He sounds like the car.